What's happening? What's up? We'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Gangster Chronicles podcast where Gangsta Rap lives. And this your boy Bigg Steele along with,
Yeah.
hey man, you know we were supposed to have a guest tonight, right?
Oh shit.
It's all good.
I didn't know. You know me. They show up. They show up. They don't. They don't.
Yeah, man. You know what? I shouldn't say his name, but I am.
Oh,
You know, Rodney O was supposed to come through.
yeah. Well, maybe he had better obligations or something.
Yeah, it's all good.
We I guess we gonna say hopefully nothing serious, but sometimes motherfuckers just be like, hey, you can't help it, man. Sometimes people don't feel I guess certain things aren't as important or as of value. You get me?
Well, you know what? I don't never take this stuff personal because it ain't like we was paying him a check, busting him a check, and nothing. You know, it would have been a cool favor for us. But I think it would be cool just to call somebody and say, hey, man, I ain't going to come or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't mad, though. Shout out to Rodney Yo. Hopefully everything all right. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
It is what it is. Some people get funny with their appearances and, like I said, what they feel is important. Um, so it is what it is. Sometimes people have other obligations, or maybe he just forgot.
Yeah, it's all good, man. You know what? It's been a lot of talk, and I know we spoke on it a little bit last week, this whole beef thing that's going down. And I don't like to call it a beef, this rap battle, because I don't think nobody gonna get hurt. Hopefully not. Now Rick Ross in it. Kendrick has yet to respond, and Drake is out there. And one thing I noticed is that Drake's song hasn't went to the streaming services yet.
Yeah, I don't. Still, you got me. I don't pay attention to a lot of shit that goes on today. With a lot of this stuff is a lot of stuff be setups
And gimmicks, huh?
and gimmicks and ways to help.
I
Ways
almost
ways
think
to
this
help
is a part of
promote.
a marketing ploy. It could be a marketing ploy because one of the things, shout out to the homie Glass, is one of the things that me and him have been talking about lately in the event of AI. A lot of people is using AI to demo out records now. But people don't get though. You still have to go write those records. You just pretty much demoing the record out in somebody else's voice, right? Those raps still got to be wrote. And one of the things that they suspect is that Drake's song was actually written by somebody else, and he did it under AI in the earlier version, leaked or whatever, and the business never got handled. So therefore, they didn't never put it out or whatever, on the streaming services or whatever. But you never know though, dog.
Yeah, that's too much above my that's above my pay grade. Artificial intelligence and fake songs and the
How do
original.
you feel about other people writing raps though? Like, how do you feel about rappers having ghostwriters?
I mean, shit. I myself have never used a ghostwriter. I've always been able to come up with songs or whatever, hooks, phrase, whatever. If you're true at what you do, I always tell people, come natural. You get me? It's like waking up, putting a pair of pants on, or brushing your teeth, whatever. If you're true at what you do in your craft, then um, it should be easy to pen, lyrics or whatever. But a lot of people blow their watch. They put out a good album. They might have a brain freeze or writer's block because they can't think of anything else to come up with. Once you tell that first tale or story of originality, and especially if you become successful,
Yeah, that's
it's
what I was
kind
gonna
of
say.
hard to focus, I guess, on the hard times, that you expressed or trying to make it or trying to get in or, late nights in the studios and just being serious. I mean, come on, let's face it. You turn around and get a double, triple platinum album off your first go around, start seeing a gang of money off of shows and, people wanting to fuck with you and the successes of touring and all of that, um, you tend to forget about where you came from. You get me?
Yeah.
Then you want to push that image like I've always had it. You get me?
But you know
So
what? Like, you brought up an interesting point, though, bro. When you on the road and you got all these obligations, because the bigger you are, the more opportunities come. And you don't want to turn these opportunities down because it could be real lucrative. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Do you really have time to sit up and write raps at a certain time? Because it ain't like it was when you first got on. And me, I hold hip hop to a different regard. Like, right? I don't think it's nothing wrong if somebody come in helping you with hooks and helping you put songs together. That's a whole different thing. Like, you may get a beat that already got a hook and a bridge on it. And you just come and rap on it. I don't look at that as really nobody writing your stuff versus y'all putting together a record. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you being an MC, stuff coming out your mind, you telling the story. If somebody else writing that for you, it kind of take away from the authenticity.
Well,
And I ain't mad at it either way.
I'm
Because, we all know some of the biggest artists in the game use writers like,
I mean, yeah. I don't think it's a secret unless motherfuckers want to make it a secret. But there's a lot of artists who, shit, you can tell that, oh, they didn't write that. You get me? Some don't feel there's any shame
oh, no.
into getting somebody else to pen a song or whatever.
I think it depends on wherever you at. Like,
Singers do it all day.
oh, yeah, for sure.
So I guess that's the aspect but then to answer your question about being too busy, I've been in positions to where, touring and movie sets, and I always manage to keep a notebook in my bag.
Well, that's what I'm saying. For some people, and this ain't no knock now, but I think everybody know by now that Snoop, other people write some of Snoop's records. Some of his biggest records don't been written by the homies. The I Want to Rock record, I think the homie Bad Luck wrote that. You feel what I mean? I know Problem done been over there putting pen to pad, but I don't think that necessarily makes Snoop a weak MC versus him just giving people opportunities sometimes,
I mean, shit, some people are just bred for that, to being writers. Some people want to not be in that position. I don't want to be the celebrity and whatever, but I can come up with good concepts and storylines, and so we got a lot of people.
So do you think, man, you coming from the era of hip hop that you come from, man, do you think it's okay for people to be writing other people's raps? Now, I don't count Snoop in that because Snoop has been like Snoop is a whole nother level now. I don't think you would count him because he definitely wrote his own stuff when he was first coming up. And DOC, I guess DOC helped him a little bit, but that was them putting together a hit record. So I don't really count that, But if you found out like a dude like Drake, somebody else is writing Drake's raps the whole time he's been doing this, don't you think that kind of take away from his authenticity?
I have no judgment on it because if it's not really my style of music, then who am I to say what you do to get over? That's your position. And when you're an international artist like that, I'm probably sure you presented with a lot of songs from different motherfuckers
I get
in
it.
your camp.
And I'm a Drake fan. Like, I think Drake make incredible music. But is he a hip hop artist?
Um,
I think he's pop now.
I'm like I said, I'm a different artist. I'm a reality artist. I tend to not do what is trendy and what gonna get to that status of being that type of crossover artist or whatever it is. So I don't. I don't consider artists outside of my realm to do what they do what they do. I don't know what category you want to put it in. You want to put it in the rap, whatever. You're a rapper, that's fine. But I come from a different era, and we just thought differently about certain type of music. Um, uh, just like in our era, we had the PM Dons. You get me? Uh,
Which was kind of like the
they
precursor to what Drake and
they
them doing now.
they would tell you in a minute. We hip hop artists, right? Um, they went to hip hop shows. Remember, they get confronted by because we didn't feel, and true hip hop artists didn't feel they were in the line of hip hop. You get me?
Shoot, that was a monster record they had though.
Yeah, that's what I said. That was like you said, the precursor to that era of the 1 minute we rapping on the record, then next thing you know, we're vocalizing on the record, we're singing. That was around that. Um, so when you a true hip hop artist and you come from the motherfucking trenches of hip hop and the the basically the slave mentality of you're not welcome here. You get me? That's what hip hop went through in the beginning. You're not welcome here. Y'all got to go through the back door. You get me? Y'all got to hold y'all parties in abandoned buildings and basements. How dare you think you can come to a club and perform? You get me? We were so to have someone claim your craft, but then motherfuckers is wearing weird outfits and bones and sticks through their hair and noses, and then you singing love songs on records. It kind of it defiles what you worked hard to. You get me? That ain't motherfucking hip hop. That ain't motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, getting run down by the police or trying to throw parties in empty basements just to get our sound out there and people to believe in our shit. And then you can't get a motherfucker to come along and put a dress on and make a mockery of what niggas really, you get me, tried to represent as far as bringing hip hop to the forefront. Now y'all want to make a mockery out of it?
Yeah.
Now you want to be singing on motherfucking records and calling it hip hop?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't even know if Drake can be considered a rapper because he do more singing than anything else. But his records sound good when he's a good rapper. Regardless who writing his stuff, he still got to execute it. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't really look at him like no hip hop artist like that. And I think where we at in hip hop, like I was kind of listening to them go back and forth, to him and Rose go back and forth. And I think that sometimes these cats just get so out of range of what normal people is at in life. Like they talking about like, oh, your house only worth $50 million. You got a content creator house. The average person ain't living in a $50 million house. The average person is not living in $1 million home. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it get kind of to where it's kind of like hip hop is in this funny place now to where I think people base a lot of what they got going on by how much bread they got.
Well, we used to have braggadocious rappers. I'm this, I'm that, I'm bad, I'm the greatest. I'm we this. I got the polo this on. We got the fat dookie links. We've always had braggadocious rappers, but I think in this day and age, as far as with economy and finances and flossing is at an all-time high. You get me?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers want you to know I got some dollars. You get me? The era of being low-key and incognito, that's not that's not this generation. This generation wants you to know, nigga, I got money, I got this. And I used to tell motherfuckers all the time, it's crazy. You put you listen to motherfuckers, you know, these artists, these new artists, and like you said, they bragging. My house is worth 50, yours is only worth this. I'm flying around in a G4, you flying around in a G2, that type of
Ross
shit.
bragging on the dude's jet, like, man, your jet is from 1978. It ain't safe. It used to be a cargo jet, you know. And it's like,
But
come
I'm,
on, bro. Y'all talking about riding around
but
with
I'm saying,
jets
but
and
I always say
multi-billion-dollar
that
houses.
you as the fan are the one that put them in that position. But then they brag about what I got that you'll never have, but still stream my record. You get me? I used to not, I didn't like that. I didn't like dudes who bragged about how much they had, but then it's the average motherfucker who's spending their money on your album.
Yeah, for
And
real.
now you making them feel like, how do you feel to support that motherfucker so much when he basically telling you, nigga, you'll never be me. You
Pretty
get
much.
me? And thank you for your $20 contribution. And now I'm this, I'm that. You'll never have what I got. I got this. You ain't worth that. You an average motherfucker. And I just could never get into that type of hip hop. You know, I listen to new dudes and I listen to their songs if it's good songs, but I've never been um, I've never been a fan of the braggadocious rapper. You get me?
You know what, man? When Cash Money first came in, they did a lot of flossing. I thought that was kind of cool because it was almost comical the way they did it. Like, you know, like Manny Fresh would talk about, I got an aquarium in the dash of my car. You know, it was just so over the top. It was funny almost, right? You know what I'm saying?
But them niggas would go out and do it. That's the type of crazy
And
shit.
that's what I'm saying. It was like, that was like almost a part of their gimmick. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm the number one stunner. I'm the stunner man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a stunner on niggas. And that was kind of like his thing, dog. But then, you know, hip hop come from the ghetto, man. And it's always gonna be represented. You know, that's what it's
Hip
supposed
hop
to
come
represent.
from the struggle.
Yeah, it come from the
It came from like, you know, it was our voice. It was our voice when we didn't have, as a youth in those times, the 70s and the early 80s, we
Reaganomics.
wasn't on no, who's my role model and I want to be like Mike and and Martin Luther had a dream and all that shit. Nigga, we was figuring out how to make bread and stay and survive and run down neighborhoods and buildings and poverty. So hip hop was the voice. You get me? It was the struggle music for us. We didn't have to listen to, our parents' music, the blues and shit like that. We had our own lane. Niggas started rapping about what we was feeling. Drug dealers everywhere. Niggas don't care. Nigga, I'm Melly Mel with the message, and you know what I'm saying. We had songs that represented. Nigga, we in the struggle right now.
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like one of them old men. It's like, oh, woe is me, the little kids making this type of music. Now, it's just that I think if people not careful, they can almost take themselves out the loop of reality. Because the stuff they talking about really ain't reality for the average person living in this country. It's maybe 1% of the people in this country, or maybe 0.5% of the country that's actually living like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all think rappers are being real about how the economy is affecting them right now? And if y'all ever seen the economy worse than this right now?
Oh no, definitely not. I think it's a rapper's job, so to speak, to always kind of put 2 on the 10 because they have an image to portray. You feel what I'm saying? Do you really think Ross is walking around all day, every day with big jewels on and glasses on with a perfectly lined up beard? No, those are photo opportunities.
Definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like, and everybody, if they not watching their coin, they better watch their coin right now because the American dollar is taking the nosedive. And I think, when they talk about everybody can't be living in no $50 million crib. I just know that the economics of music don't allow for that. The way streaming is, you have to stream a lot of units. And I know Ross, for example, got a lot of outside businesses outside of rap. But even then, how many of those are just sponsorship opportunities versus him actually owning something? And that's not me getting this business, because Rose got way more paper than I do. But I think everybody capping, everybody not billionaires, dog.
I've never been one to count pockets.
Yeah, I'm not into that either. But I just think,
I know,
answering his question, yeah.
I know firsthand, being an artist, dealing with companies and contracts, everything ain't what it seems. But again, imagery is everything.
Yeah, image is another something.
A lot of shit is rented, leased. A lot of shit is, like you said, favors and loans. But, when you put yourself in that position, forgetting that you can be normal, now you have to keep up with the Joneses. That's what they say. So
Yeah, and the fans won't allow you to be normal. You got to think about this, Eiht, like we talked about this before.
you can be
Fans
normal.
don't want to see you normal, dog.
Yeah, you can be normal if you present your. They accept J. Cole normal. He don't ride around with You don't see motherfucker jumping out of Bentley trucks and Rolls Royces and the entourages and the 30 chains on, and you could be
Yeah,
normal.
but J. Cole ain't living on top of the liquor store on 2nd Street either. Fans don't want to, if they see him in that light, they go clown him. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you don't have to become a successful artist off the struggle. Once you become successful, you should remember where you came from. You shouldn't turn around and, okay, today I'm talking about how I'm struggling and hustling to survive, and then I go out, and because a lot of fans identify with where I'm coming from, so I sell 2, 3, 4 million records. Now I want to walk around in Versace shirts and big chains on, and then alienate the motherfuckers who put me in this position. I'm just not cool with that shit. You can be normal if you want to. Kendrick ain't riding around with big chains on and jumping out of motherfucking 30 Rolls Royces. He got a gang of money. He's done a gang of shows.
yeah.
But you can be normal. But if you choose to put yourself in the, nigga, I'm finna jump off private planes, and nigga, I'm finna pull up with, nigga, I got every nigga that hang around, I got 10 cars in my driveway, so now I'm gonna call up 10 of my homies, and I'm gonna give them each keys, and we gonna drive all through downtown and floss to go jump out at the sneaker store, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put yourself in that position.
I would imagine that Dot riding right. Hey, Dot, you my homeboy, dog. Me and Eiht need you to come up here and sit with us, dog. Because I got a lot of shit to talk that I want to talk to you about.
Kendrick ain't fucking. Kendrick like, boy, leave me alone.
No, Dot is my homeboy.
Kendrick is my homie too.
That's my guy right
We
there.
did some work.
He might fuck around and come though, dog. He might fuck around and come. Dot that type of dude.
You better off asking Michael Jackson to pull up.
I don't know Michael Jackson, but I know motherfucking K-Dot. That's my nigga right there.
Yeah, but niggas getting certain statuses, and they, like I said, sometimes.
You know what, though?
Sometimes you can put yourself. You can become something to where it don't even allow me to do that anymore.
Well, no, I will tell you this. That's what I was gonna say. Dot, if he had the opportune time, he would do it, but I don't think he could come over here and do it.
No,
it's probably so much security. You probably have to have so much different stuff in place because he's a mega superstar now.
Yeah,
you can't be just going anywhere.
You got to pull up like the president.
Yeah,
you got to have an entourage, and you got to have security, and niggas got to check the street out and top of the buildings and all that shit. So sometimes when you become so big, it doesn't allow you to do the normalcy shit. But still, you can still be. My nigga's still normal. A lot of people might think he's, different, but to me, he's a normal nigga. He's not the one who feels like, I gotta impress the public now. You get me? Now I have to go out and pull up in the $2 million car because I put myself in that position. Why? Because I started rapping about the shit. Because I started telling niggas, nigga, I'm bringing in 20 kilos, and nigga, I'm the man, and nigga, I'm having lunch in Paris, and then whoop-de-whoop. Now I expect it. I better not see your motherfucking ass pulling up in no Honda Civic and shit like that, because you put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
If you want to be normal, you can be
You
normal.
know who always did a good job of keeping stuff normal, dog? I would see you different places at your height. I would never necessarily just run up to you and talk to you all the time, but I would see you places, right? I would also see Warren G in regular places a lot. You know, around long, like at the grocery store.
Right.
I used to bump in him. I think he might have been living in that little community in Lakewood at that time. I would always see him in the grocery store because I lived right around the corner from there, so I would always bump into him. And I think that's why he got the love in the community that he did get, because he was accessible. And this is when he was a mega superstar. This when Regulate was out. You know what I mean?
Like, people be surprised. Like, they'll see me in the grocery store, or they'll see me at the cleaners, or some regular shit. Like, you really in the, yeah, like, okay, like I had to tell a motherfucker the other day, how I'm gonna get shit then? I don't have no motherfucker going to the store shopping for me.
Most people
buying and buying my cases of water and juices and
Most people don't, bro.
like, and motherfucker be like, you be cooking? I'm like, how the fuck is my kid gonna eat if I don't cook? Like, I'm a normal person outside of what you might go, oh man, this nigga been in movies and he got records, he been on a video game and all. Outside of that, I try to stay grounded and normal. It can fuck with you if you've come from nothing, and all of a sudden, you know, a nigga handing you a check for $1 million, and you know, and you're able to do, you know, shit. Now I can go to the mall right now and buy 20 pair of shoes, or I can go buy my mama a car, or
It's
nigga,
just,
we
you
could
know,
we could go sit down at the fancy restaurant and spend $1,000,
Public
$2,000.
perception is something else. Like, I remember when Kendrick's little sister had a birthday, and I guess he brought her a Nissan or something. Everybody in the comment section was like, oh, you such a bad brother. You didn't go out and buy her a Bentley. You didn't go out and buy her this. It's like, that's a nice present. You know, a girl graduating high school get a Nissan.
Man,
to me,
please.
that's the shit.
Yes, hell
And
yeah.
his sister probably was happy
as a normal motherfucker, a person's come up and like, here's a motherfucking Honda, or here's a Nissan, or here's a, hell yeah.
Last I looked, those pretty decent cars.
Brand new, and nigga, I can get from A to B and still don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, asking motherfuckers for rides or catching public transportation. That's, but see, I can see that as a motherfucker wanting to, I gotta keep you grounded. You get me? Because if I start stepping out of the element, then everything gonna be fucked. Next thing you know, I'm gonna been and ran through $100 million on crazy shit.
Yeah, and you have to be really, because you have to understand from the fan standpoint, they think everybody got mega money, especially, and you know what's funny, the podcast stuff starting to get in that same category. I pretty much know what everybody getting, right? And some of these numbers just be way out to because there's no way for them companies to recoup that money. How? They gonna have to sell a gang. It would have to be ads running, they're dropping every 2 minutes. You feel what I mean? You would have reads dropping every 2 minutes. It just don't work like that. But to the fans, they believe everything that they hear. So I get certain family members tell me, why don't you buy you a new car? When you go buy you a new car, it don't matter. Now it don't matter, that my kids driving whatever they driving, or my wife driving whatever she driving. They just see me in my truck and be like, oh, he need to go buy him. But why should I?
Because they feel like,
Like, why do I have to buy a new car to appease them?
because you're putting yourself in the celebrity category. And now that you're a celebrity, you can't be normal. You can't be normal. You can't be just, you know, you're the Gangster Chronicles dude. So why would you want to be riding around in an old truck when you can go rent you a Benz or a BMW or lease you a fancy, you know, car? Because that's the image that people feel you supposed to represent.
Don't you think it's just more safer to be a homeowner to be a guy that owns property, to be a guy that owns other little ancillary businesses and stuff.
That's not.
Don't you just think that's more mature? Because the thing is,
But this most likely are people, though. You get me? You can say that about, not to say all black people don't have that train of thought, but at some particular age brackets, it's like, no, nigga, what do you mean? Buy a home and stocks and all that shit. Now some people are trying to, yeah, that's the smart thing to do, whatever. But come on, the typical motherfucker, 18 to 30, you get it, motherfucker, you supposed to live. Nigga, where's the Louis Vuitton shoes in the bag?
you got to think about it though like this. I'm pretty sure, me and you was talking earlier, you don't have every car possible. I don't drove 550s, dog. I've had the 550s. I've had the Escalade with the $30,000 kits on them, dog.
Of course you can. You can't resist sometimes.
I've had all that stuff. And you know where all that stuff is now, dog? Gone, because it wasn't worth it. Like, once you get to the economics of this stuff, you ever notice when you trade a car in, man, you be like, man, I paid damn near $100,000 for that, man. I only got $20,000 back for it. It's just economically it don't make sense.
And I think that just comes with maturity. Like they say, it's nothing if you got it, but I think once you get a certain age, you start feeling to be conservative and to be smart is probably a better way of thinking.
Yeah, we got to be conservative because the thing is, one thing is about a dog, Father Time is undefeated.
And like I said, I don't like to judge motherfuckers for their choices because I was in the same position. You get me? Like I said, when you come out of struggling in poverty and
you
get your first opportunity to make some money,
yeah, you go stunt.
and you a young man or young female, and you 19, 20, 21 years old, and the motherfucker come hand you a couple of $100,000. Of course, if you haven't already had the teachings and the trainings of economics and how to manage money and the long run, you get me? Let's think 20 years down the road of what's gonna be, and so you would think differently probably.
Man,
but
I'm gonna tell you something.
There's not too many of us at 19, 20 years old coming up out of the hood who had economic training other than selling dope. You feel me?
I'm gonna tell you something, Eiht. I'm pretty sure over the course of your career, you don't make M's, I'm pretty sure, right? I don't made a nice chunk of money too, man, but I really just sat up and thought one day where half the stuff I don't bought is at right now. Like, I thought about it right now. Because I'm like, man, I had a car. I had a lowrider I was working on. Where is that? Because you just think about it like, man.
A lot of shit.
Where's my car at?
Dirt bikes and jet skis.
You don't know where none of this stuff is at now. Jewelry.
And boats and jewelry. And
I was thinking about some watches I had, right? I had these watches, man. And I don't know, I just came off a tour. We just came back from England, and I went downtown, and I bought 4 watches. I actually bought one for my DJ, and I got one for free. I used to be able to go places get stuff for free. And these watches was like, they was bust downs, dog. They was at minimum 15 bands to 20 bands, right? I remember I wound up keeping one of them because I got after a while to where I didn't like that gaudy shit. The shit that's just too big and too bright. After a while you reach a place. I think when you hit your 30s, you start thinking like that. Like, man, do I really be want to wear all this bullshit? You know what I mean?
So do you think if you had a couple of $1 million in the bank at this time, and would you still be on, I need to go get me a Cuban diamond encrusted, I need to go get me some kind of fancy watch?
Probably.
Do you feel like you have to keep up with the image of what hip hop is right now?
Probably not, man, because I'm into different stuff right now, and I think people do that sometimes just to feel good about yourself, because you do come from a place to where at one time you might have got laughed at for not having the coolest shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Or not having this. So I think that's why even us as grown black men, I notice your shoe game is always nice. My shoe game, I feel, is pretty. I got shoes, you know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things of not being able to get that stuff when I was little, because we all wanted them Jordans when we was kids. You feel me?
And the crazy shit is, when the last time you bought some Jordans?
That's crazy, though.
You get me?
Yeah.
How we fiend for shit as youngins, got to have it. You get me? And at your age right now, could you even tell yourself, you get me? I go buy me some regular shoes.
Oh, yeah, I'm cool with regular shoes.
I go buy me some regular comfortable Nikes or some regular, like, I couldn't tell you the last time I went in the store and spent $200 on a pair of Jordans.
Man, I'm going to tell you, dog, we get so much stuff, like now, especially like clothes and stuff for free.
Yeah, I get you. Niggas send me shit all the time.
We get so much stuff for free.
Every time you see me wearing something, it's probably something somebody done gave me.
Yeah, you know, one of the things is I always tell people I didn't start smoking weed till I turned 50, right? Because I found there was a better alternative for certain stuff that your body, you know, especially when you start getting them old war injuries, old football injuries and stuff, knees going bad and stuff. I just found the weed help a little bit more. I'm not into taking pills, you know what I mean? So one of the things I thought about one day, I was looking for this watch, right? And I was like, man, where's my watch at? You know, because I haven't had it in a long time. And I thought about it. I said, man, I done lost probably like $80,000 on watches, dog. You just don't know where they at. Might have left them somewhere, might have been left in a hotel somewhere, might have got stolen. You just don't know because you don't care, because that stuff is not important. I'll tell you right now, if I had a couple of $1 million, bro, I would really just make sure that my future was straight. That I would have, the money definitely in the interest-bearing account. Probably wouldn't invest in nothing that was too risky. I believe in low-risk stuff right now. You know, I'm not into just going out blowing money, but I do believe in investing money. I do think that in order to be a good steward with money, you have to let it grow somehow.
Right.
You know, but that don't mean investing in risky stuff, you know? I would for sure be shooting more movies now. We would have your TV series going. You feel what I'm saying? It would be just different stuff I would be thinking about doing, man. That's my biggest fear, because I went broke before, dog. I remember I went broke before. And shout out to the homie. I ain't never told nobody this, dog. The one time I went broke, dog, was messing with that football league, dog. Messing with the football league. And I put a lot of money in there. When you got parents who don't pay, you know who bailed us out, dog? The homie Top Dog from Top Dog Entertainment, man. Top gave me the money, man, to finish the season up that year and everything else.
Oh, yeah, because that football shit is costly.
Yeah, it's costly.
And especially when you running a youth organization. You can get up into the tens and 20,000s with insurances and
man, the 50s. Why you playing? If you got teams of people whose kids ain't paying, dog.
You know, you're gonna have a couple of kids that can't pay. You know, wherever you want to play your games at on the weekends, you got to pay for the high school, you got to pay for the refs, got to pay for insurance, so it can get costly.
Shoot, I went, Top Dog, dog from Top TDE bailed me out, dog.
And if it's something to be passionate about, so yeah, you gonna put your foot in that shit, and yeah, sometimes your investments can go haywire.
And that's where you know where your friends is at, dog.
Oh, definitely.
Because I'm going to tell you, I remember it was a time, dog, to where I just got fired from the publisher. All this stuff, it hit me all at the same time. I had the football league.
It usually happens like that.
I lost my job at the publishing company, man. Me and Glasses was sitting in my living room, dog, and I didn't know I was down to my last, like, $1,500, dog. I said, dog, I don't know what I'm going to do. He said, cuz it's going to be all right. And I remember the next day, because we was, talk about his stuff. The next day, dog, I think the homie had sent me $15,000. And that's, between Top and Glasses, that's how I kind of got through the little stuff. And that just made me and Glasses bond just like this, because he didn't have to do that. He pretty much, he didn't have it like that. He was a dude that just got he had a deal. Now, I'm pretty sure he took that money out of his little budget.
I'm sure. The struggle is, that's why I say the struggle is really, it can present itself in unfortunate times, man. And it always comes like that. I always say that when something fuck up, then something else is finna fuck up before it get better.
Man, for sure.
you just have to be able to withstand them tough times, and I think that's where knowing how to deal with poverty, coming from them type of situations, fucking food stamps and low income and projects in rough neighborhoods, you kind of learn how to get that tough skin.
And ain't you scared to go back to that though, dog?
Um,
And I'm not scared to go back to it. I just think I've done too much stuff to escape that.
when you go from being at the height, and you living good and you driving nice cars and you're able to go out and have a nice meal and provide for your kids, and then it's just like with business, with work. Sometime you might get let go. Your job, you might get fired. You have to be able to know how to get through tough times. You got to learn how to start cutting back on it. And I think if you've been a person in struggle before, you appreciate when you're able to get back into a sustainable situation. You learn how to not do shit. Oh, no, I ain't doing that. Or I ain't buying that shit. Or I don't need that. Or, you start really considering, the long haul. That's where I'm at today. You get me?
That's where I'm at too, and that's why if you notice when me and you talk, my conversations is always toward the future.
Yeah, I don't.
Stuff that we got to do,
Like I said, coming from 6-bedroom houses and boats and fancy cars and driving $100,000 cars around, and like you said, they got low riders and dirt bikes and everything that a motherfucker felt that he needed to be sustainable, coming from poverty. You get me?
Don't get me wrong, I ain't broke now, nothing like that, but I just know what real money is.
Oh no, you right about now, you broke if you ain't got $1 million.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. I just feel like I'm real regular.
People feel to judge you on your income status, as far as being in that type of position. We are in the position of limelight and celebrity. So we supposed to be billionaires, you get me? Nigga, you niggas got a podcast. Nigga, Eiht, you did movies and records. Everything ain't what it's cracked up to be. Like you said, I know contracts and I know numbers and I know real shit. And reality is everything ain't what it seems.
Everything, especially about this stuff, ain't what it seems. And you know what, man? I'm going to tell you the cats that got money. Anybody in hip-hop that's really getting to a bag, it's the external stuff that's outside of music that's getting them that. It may be that trucking company that they own on the side. It may be the shoe endorsement that they have. It may be the touring. They may have to go on the road 5 times a month, 6 times a month just to maintain their lifestyle.
Yeah, because this record sales shit and this record shit ain't it. You got 1,000, you got 1 billion rappers today because it's looked at as the quick come up. You get me? But that you counting other niggas' money, and you'll end up finding out that this road ain't as lucrative as you think it is. You get me?
So you think Kendrick on the clock right now? Drake's record wasn't bad, whether it was AI or not.
I haven't really I haven't really listened to what's the song, Push Ups. All I heard was him referencing Top. And that's all it really got to me on the song.
You know what, man? And I think,
and I don't like shit like that.
I don't like it either. I don't like it either.
It could turn from a friendly banter diss into some serious to some serious situations.
Yeah,
Because we know Kendrick and we know Top and the situations and with the label or whatever. And so I don't like to throw like, if we gonna battle, nigga, then me and you gonna battle.
But you remember what I said last week? I said Drake was what? I said he was a devil.
Right.
And I said he does stuff like that. Drake is the type of dude that if he got a problem with you, he's going to search, he's going to compliment your mama while you're doing it, just to cause a little dissension in your household. You feel what I mean? To where you could be like, mama, what you doing taking sides with that nigga? You feel what I'm saying? He's that type of dude. He's that type of cat. And I don't
but
think,
you have to again. I particularly myself wouldn't, if I'm gonna get at you, I'm gonna get at you. I don't feel like I'm gonna have to go digging in that ditch to justify my get back. But that's just me.
you figure Drake do the same thing when he was going at it with Meek Mill. He said, I rode down the street bumping A.R. Ab, and A.R. Ab was cool with Meek Mill at the time. But that gave A.R. Ab some juice in the city, so he started automatically siding up with Drake. Oh, you
Right.
don't mention my name, I'm going to slide up under him now. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, but all is fair when in war. You get me?
I definitely like the fact that he brought Top's name up into it, because, the one thing I want to say is, man, like I said earlier, I had the pleasure of being around them, dog, real early. When they was developing that stuff, I remember when Power 106 wouldn't even play none of their songs. J-Rock had to deal up with Warner Brothers. They wasn't even messing with him like that, right? And I remember Top grinding, dog. Like, his grind was relentless, dog. It was a lot of times, dog, to where them dudes just pretty much jumped on his back, dog, and he thugged his way through that stuff, you know what I mean? Everything they definitely got, they deserved. They worked hard for that, dog. It wasn't easy, dog, and I'm talking about it was a good damn near decade of struggle, dog, before all that stuff even saw the surface, you know what I mean? I saw them little dudes go from like little kids, dog, back there eating on chicken to men. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like what they've achieved together was phenomenal. You can't do nothing. You almost a hater if you don't like that story. You feel what I'm saying? The homies from the hood actually make it big. You know how many niggas try to do this music stuff and don't succeed?
Yeah. Like I said, there is no there's no fairness. There's no cordial, when it comes to dissing or diss records. It's always been accepted in hip hop. Whether it go from a funny, comedic diss record, and we're just going back at each other, or it gets to the point where niggas are shooting at each other. It's always been here in hip hop. It's always been here as far as different sides and different neighborhoods, and East Side against the West Side, or Queens against Brooklyn, or all that. You know what I'm saying? It's always been there, and that's like I said before rap. Nigga, we associated with high schools. Our football team from this side of the block don't like y'all football team.
Yeah.
We might get into some fights after the game, or it's not liking a motherfucker has always been here. The way you deal with it, some people, say they shit and go away peacefully. Like I said, some niggas end up shooting at each other and somebody get hurt. I guess it's just the way you deal with it, I guess.
You know what? I was talking with D1 online earlier, and he was talking about how beef is not good for hip-hop. Somebody could wind up getting hurt. And I had to ask him, I said, bro, when have you ever seen two artists actually go at it? I'm talking about now, you may see entourages clash, if anything, but you go very rarely see
the two main artists.
The two main artists go at it. It's like even when, and he said, Steele, come on, you know too much about hip-hop to say. I said, bro, honestly, answer that outside of, the Wu-Tang Clan touching up Joe Buttons that one time. You might have little tips here and there. You had the 50 and Ja Rule stuff, but I don't think it was Ja Rule that stabbed 50. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It was an entourage. It's always gonna be the entourages clashing. It ain't gonna never be the rappers, dog. Kendrick and Drake got way too much paper. You think they will ever be around each other's circumference? There's too many buffers in between them.
Yeah, but like you said, the beef will come between the entourages. The diss records will just go to the artists. You feel me?
That's what I'm saying, dog. It's like ain't nobody sitting up here, two rich people. You think
Because
Ross gonna be out there boxing somebody?
I mean, but that's like what I said. If it comes down to just beef, then let's just say fuck the records, and we might as well schedule a fight or a hookup and let's get it on, because we hate each other that much. It's deeper than just the motherfucking words on paper.
Oh, let me
Nigga,
ask you.
we literally got a genuine, like, fuck your neighborhood, fuck my neighborhood, nigga. We got a beef. Fuck this rap shit. Like,
Let me ask you this, bro. You know Kendrick ain't the biggest cat in the world, and Drake got a little size on him. If they was to get in the scrap, who you think would win that scrap?
it wouldn't happen. You might as well say Trump and Biden gonna get in the ring and fight it out. It don't happen with people like
Personally, I
that.
think Kendrick could whoop Drake's ass.
It don't happen like that. You
think gotta whoop Drake's
just stirring up the pot right there. You like to stir up pots for a minute. You like to do that.
I don't
'Cause
know if Drake got no squabbles in him, though.
You know damn well that's the biggest hypothetical question you could ever
Dot
ask.
is from Compton. Dot is
It
from
don't
the city,
matter.
Dot is from the
Nigga.
hub.
So you as a $1 billion nigga, you finna go fight the owner of Exxon, or you get me?
Oh, no, I'm
you
not
in-
saying me.
no, what I'm saying, because you putting him in that same category. He's a millionaire, rich motherfucker who's got statuses and Nobel Peace Prizes. You
Other
tell
nigga ain't got no Nobel. He got a Pulitzer Prize. They don't get a homie a Nobel Prize.
He got Nobel Peace Prizes and shit. And you go, a nigga finna, like I said, you might as well call up Trump and Biden. Like, nigga, what you niggas want to fucking debate for on Channel 7 for? Why don't you niggas just go to Vegas and get in the ring and see which one of you old niggas can knock each other out, and whoever wins becomes the president? Fuck it.
You know Trump will beat Biden's ass. I think Trump will wear Biden's ass out. I can see Trump talking shit now.
Watch this nigga Steele, man. This nigga Steele will get your ass in a hot pot of fucking gumbo with his shit.
I think gotta beat Drake. Drake seemed like the type of dude that like the sword fight or something. What's that shit where they had the sword?
That nigga said he want to be
Like he wanna sword fight or some
fencing and
like
shit.
that.
This
It's gonna
nigga
be
said
like
nigga want to
fencing.
fence.
You know, he'd probably challenge Kate out to a duel. Take 6 paces.
Like I said, it's good hypothetical banter for, like I said, hip hop. People are enjoying it. Because, like I said, it's two big artists. It ain't like it's the two niggas from around the corner and shit who, you know, dissing each other or whatever. It's two major artists, and I think people just are intrigued with these niggas taking that route. People say it's needed in hip hop. It keeps the friendly competition up. You know, if niggas feel like I'm the greatest, then hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Man, well, you know what though, dog? The thing is, I think Ross got the best record so far. I don't know if you've been paying attention like that.
No, I haven't listened. He got a record out too?
Yeah, Ross record go hard body too.
Yeah, so I don't, like I said, I don't know what it's for.
Shoot, Drake's record ain't bad. Oh man, you see they
A year ago they was making records and videos together.
Yeah,
so
man,
I don't understand the I don't understand what happened. Really, I don't.
It could definitely be. You know what, man? This whole thing could definitely be the biggest publicity.
I mean, because them is two niggas that got 1,000 records together, and then all of a sudden you calling him white boy, and he calling you your mansion is fake, and you lease your plane, and when other people gotta need it, they gotta peel the fucking wrapper off and all that. I don't understand what the banter is. Like I said last.
Oh, that's what he said about Ross. He said Ross got to peel it off.
You got to peel that sticker off when other people need to play.
Boy, these niggas are motherfuckers.
But I'm just saying, it's you don't hear anything to the level of, I'm getting on the plane and headed to Miami, nigga, and we can get them up when I
See,
get
if you
there.
a rapper today, you can't never develop. You know how when we was in the industry, we was young, we developed close relationships that'll never be broken. Nowadays, these niggas can't trust each other because they find out some
No,
shit
because
about
I don't
it, they
understand.
gonna come out.
I've been friends with Premier and Scarface and Spice and a gang of niggas for 30 years and never had an issue. I'm not gonna put a nigga on a record today and then 3 months from now diss him on the record because what? What happened? What happened? Like, what?
Y'all can't have a phone call and talk about it.
What happened? That's what I'm saying. You niggas was just on songs and videos together. A gang of them. You niggas got a gang of songs together.
Well, apparently Ross said that what's the boy's name? The other rapper. They said that Drake put a cease and desist on French Montana's record. He had a record with French Montana, and I guess Drake put a cease and desist on it or whatever.
Because you didn't do what? Pay me? Or
Yeah,
you didn't clear it?
Yeah, or it might have been.
Okay, that's business. Nigga, that ain't no personal vendetta.
Rose took it personal. He said,
Why? Why you take it personal? When are you French Montana? Is it your record?
Well, I
why
guess
did
you
you
know,
use? Why did
Montana
you?
is Ross's artist, I guess.
Okay, y'all didn't. So what you expect me to be friendly on everybody's fucking shit? Like, I'm a businessman. Y'all using my shit. I need to get paid, especially if it's a nigga I don't fuck with really. I fuck with you. That don't mean I fuck with that nigga.
Yeah, you got a point.
It don't mean I fuck with me and you cool. I don't like this nigga. I don't like this nigga who look like me. This nigga trying to be me. He light-skinned like me. He trying to have little singy songs like me. I don't like this nigga. So now I don't want to clear it. I need my business handled. You can't get mad at a nigga and turn around and go, okay, fuck you. You didn't clear the shit, so now I'm gonna join the diss bandwagon. That ain't business. That's like some butt hurt. That's like some butt hurt shit. Like I'm hurt. You didn't want to get on the record.
Man, you know what? I don't know, man. It might have been more than that, but Ross going hard.
That's why I said we don't know.
He even talking about Birdman. He said, you let Birdman Mansion get foreclosed on. Ross a motherfucker, dog. The shit funny as hell, though.
And like I said, you who knows what? I don't know.
And you know what?
But is it to the point? Like I said, because I know how niggas get down over here, and when niggas got beef. Nigga, you liable to catch a bullet shit. You probably catch a bullet hole through your window or some shit like that. We got beef. We beef over here because we have the Crip and Blood aspect when we beef, okay? All that shit you talking, foreclosures and you're this fake and you're a white boy and all that shit, are you ready to jump on a plane and get them up? Is it that serious? If it ain't, man, get this motherfucking shit up out of here.
Well, Ross said, when you see me, if you got a problem with it, when you see me, check me.
How? You gonna have 10 niggas with you, and I'm gonna have 20. Like I said, let's be some real men. You got an issue, nigga. Let's get them up. If you want to be rapping and dissing for streams, then okay, let's keep it real.
Yeah,
We're gonna make a couple of records. We're gonna make a couple of records. We're gonna talk shit about each other, and then we all gonna sit back and pop bottles of aces of spades while the whole fucking country streams all this shit, and all the money is going in our pockets. You get me? We gotta find angles to this shit. We gotta find angles to this shit. So if I start dissing you and you start dissing me, what's gonna happen? Everybody's gonna want to hear this shit, right? They're gonna be anticipating the records. Oh, I can't wait till that new diss record come out. I can't wait till Ross's response come out. I can't wait till Drake's response come out. And all the while they waiting, everybody chinging up. So I don't know. Like I said, we come from beefing. You get me? We come from beefing. What me and Quick had, that was beefing. You get me? What Cube and Easy and them had, that was beefing. You get me? It's like, nigga, fuck this rap shit. if I catch you in the streets, nigga, we finna get down.
Yeah, I hope, you know what, that's the last thing the
But
game
they not
right
finna
now,
they
though.
not finna do that.
Yeah, I don't think
They're not
do
finna
all
do that. That's why I said this is friendly banter. Nigga, I'm gonna say something about you, you gonna say something about me, and then 3-4 months from now, we gonna come together and sit down and have a glass of champagne and go, we cool now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was, a soap opera. Did you see this stuff that don't happen to NBA YoungBoy, dog? He's in some serious trouble, man.
Nah, man, I haven't been keeping up with
Yeah, they got him, man, in Utah of all places for large-scale prescription fraud.
well, when he got released, one of his conditions was that he go to Utah because his manager was like, you know, we need to keep him out of trouble and all this kind of crazy shit. So the condition that they let him out, what, if not to be mistaken, is why they went to Utah.
Well, let me read this to
He ain't
you.
got no hood, you know. He doesn't have any type of involvement in. It's Utah.
Yeah, let me
Now,
read
Utah
it
got
out.
some hood motherfuckers, right? But he's not affiliated with like he was in Baton Rouge in his spots.
Well, he's
So
still into something, though, because check this out. This is what happened. A rapper who was serving house arrest in Utah was arrested for his alleged involvement in a large-scale prescriptions fraud ring in Cache County. NBA YoungBoy, whose real name is Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, was booked Tuesday and faces 63 charges. The alleged offenses are possession of a dangerous weapon by a restricted person, second-degree felony, 1 count. Pattern of unlawful activity, second-degree felony, 1 count. Identity fraud, third-degree felony, 20 counts. Forgery, third-degree felony, 20 counts. Procuring, attempting to procure a drug prescription, Class A misdemeanor, 20 counts. Possession of controlled substance, Class 8 misdemeanor, 1 count. According to the arrest report, the 24-year-old Gaulden was part of a scheme to fraudulently obtain promethazine with codeine, which, according to the National Library of Medicine, is mixed with Sprite and/or alcohol to
they
make
want their lean. They need their lean. It's nothing new. It's not. He's in Utah, and they done probably ran out of lean, and they need to procure some more.
That's
Whatever
how they
it
say they
is.
caught him. The police say Gaulden and many other individuals who were not named in the documents tried to obtain a prescribed cough suppressant from multiple pharmacies in Cache County. According to police, Gaulden called in a prescription supposedly for a 74-year-old woman to a pharmacy in Hiram in September. They said he claimed to be a physician in the Provo area using an actual valid DEA number, NPI number, and other identification for the real physician. The pharmacist noticed that the phone number did not match the number of said doctor's clinic, so they called the doctor directly. The doctor said he did not write a prescription for a woman by that name and added that this sort of thing happened several times today.
Yeah, somebody working in the doctor's office then slid the nigga the numbers so he can call in and order. You know how the doctor will call in to the pharmacy and be like, "Yeah, I'm calling in the prescription for." They do it all the time, and they send. So that's what he did.
Yeah, and he was arrested by it doesn't say all that. It don't say if he was Secret Service. So he's gonna do some time on this, man. You know, because
Well, he's been having long, extensive cases and situations.
he already fighting a federal gun charge.
My dude is one of those. You know, you always have one of those dudes who come out the neighborhood who's he just can't get right. You feel me? Always in trouble, always the police. Really don't care about it. And when you take a dude like that and you put a gang of money in his hand and a gang of motherfuckers, they really become uncontrollable. It's gonna take a while probably for him to mature out of the state that he's like. Man, when you come from that walk of life, man, it's hard. And when you put shit, come on, my nigga's young. My nigga got money. He got fans up the ass that support his music, and he's just reckless. And then when you're able to get away with shit doing reckless shit, it don't make you get any better. It just makes you get worse. until he's able to understand. You get me? Until he's able to understand the position he's in, and that you got to grow up, dude.
This is crazy, and these girls go telling them, because check this out. They said that similar incidents occurred at other pharmacies in Cache County, and police said 2 women picked up the prescribed drugs during one instance. They were taken, then detained as part of the investigation and later arrested for their alleged involvement in a prescription fraud ring. The Cache County Sheriff's Department office said the vehicle the woman arrived in to pick up the drugs was registered to Galton. That's NBA YoungBoy. Then later, his business manager contacted the sheriff's office about getting the vehicle out of impound. The officer asked us to speak directly to Galton. While speaking to Galton, the arresting officer said he heard someone, possibly Galton, suggest asking about the prescriptions that they picked up. So he wasn't tripping on the bras. He was worried about
I want that. I need that lean.
I need the
He
lean.
flying the girls into Utah. They coming to kick it. His girlfriends or whatever they are, and they probably like, yeah, let's get these prescriptions. Let's get these prescriptions. Somebody, like I said, that's.
You know what, man?
He's getting put on blast because he's NBA YoungBoy, but niggas do that shit all day.
And even if they don't have,
They getting fake scripts. They get, man, niggas is doing lean like it ain't shit.
man, I'm gonna tell you, bro, it's a drug epidemic right now in hip hop with that lean, dog, with all that stuff, man. It's pretty much heroin, bro. All of these kids are on heroin. I don't care what they call. I don't care if they take it in a pill form, dog. I don't care if they, however they doing. It's all heroin, dog. It's all opiates.
It's like I said, it's kind of fucked up when you have the vices of influence. I mean, because we used to do it. We tell a nigga, hey, get you some gin and juice. We tell a nigga pick up a 40, we
it's a big
swig
difference
it,
between
and
some
I
weed
get
and
it,
40
but
and
that, like I
things.
said, it's our generation though. This is not our generation. They're different than us. 40 ounces and fucking weed smoke. No, your favorite rapper is telling you to pop a Percocet. Your favorite rapper is telling you we sipping lean. Your favorite rapper is telling you all my bitches do coke. You get me? My nigga right now is telling you on the popular song right now with K Dot. All my bitches do coke. You get me?
Yeah.
I'm trying to let you know, nigga, it's okay. If you want to fuck with me, you want to be one of my hoes or my bitches, nigga, all my bitches do dope. All of them. I might even pop a Percocet or whatever the shit they do. You get me? Mm-hmm. It's their generation. You get me? That's why we got so many youngsters dying, popping pills. We got the youngsters dying off of the lean, all of it. Because again, your favorite rapper is telling you it's okay if you want to do some coke. All my bitches do it.
It's crazy.
That shit, that's supposed to tell you right now. It's accepted. It's popular. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm your favorite.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You damn sure ain't looking at me bad, are you? You ain't nowhere going, man, this motherfucker telling you to do some dope. He telling you if you want to belong to the entourage, you gonna pop you a pill or snort you something, because that's the way I like my bitches. I like them high and dumb. I like them high and zonked out. That's the only way they gonna be able to stand my motherfucking ass.
Sure.
If I get them, get them high up out of existence.
On that note, we about to get up out of here, man. But we in Atlanta next week for the Black Effect Podcast Conference.
And you say, all my bitches do coke. All my bitches do dope.
We gonna be out there, and ladies, y'all come out there and hear Eiht perform that song live at the Black Effect Podcast
Ladies,
Festival.
you ain't gotta do no dope. You ain't gotta do no coke. You fine. Be natural. Be beautiful. We can call you a cluckhead if you do it dope.
Yeah, again, we'll be at the Black Effect Podcast Festival next week.
What we call a nigga back in the days that did dope. I don't give a fuck.
Cluck. It was a cluck. These dudes now is
Don't let
clucks,
these
man.
niggas fuck you up and tell you that shit is cool. We look at your ass like you're a goddamn
You
idiot.
was a clucker back then.
Like you was a cluckhead. That shit ain't cool. That shit is not cool.
It definitely wasn't cool doing no cocaine. You would get bagged on.
Hey, bro,
We
they
bagged on niggas back
try to
then.
make being a cluckhead cool and shit today.
It's cool. He wanted this dope so bad, he was willing to go to jail. He said, I need my lean.
I need my lead and I need all my bitches zonked out. I just need them sitting in the corner like this when I come home.
Y'all crazy. Hey. Check us out next week if you're in the Atlanta area.
Yeah, we in ATL, man. Holla, Jim.
You know, shoot up to the festival and all that. We'll be out there. Pull up on us. And we gone.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average